You're watching Auto Johnny.
Sup internet, I'm Auto Johnny, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It. It's the show where I talk about upcoming movies, TV series, the history of the production of how they're made, along with movies and comics. Then I break them down to make them easy to follow, and give you my personal thoughts. You know, this is like what, episode 20? And yet, I have to talk about a single comic or upcoming comic series. Weird, right? Cause yeah, I do love and read comics. I especially love the Absolute line at DC. Well, that's about to change, as in today's episode, I will be talking about the upcoming Ben 10 comic series. A series that I didn't expect much, but has genuinely surprised me. What do I mean by that? And, hold on. Why, it's hero time! And let's talk about Dynamite Ben 10. So before we start, what is Ben 10? Well, Ben 10 was created by Man of Action, a team made up of Duncan Rouleau, Joe Casey, Joe Kelly, and Stephen T. Siegel. Well, it follows the story of 10-year-old Ben Tennyson, who is on a summer road trip with his cousin Gwen and their grandpa Max. On one fateful day, Ben witnesses a meteor that crash lands in front of him. As it turns out, it is a space pod that holds an alien watch called the Omnitrix, which latches onto his wrist. He soon discovers that the watch allows him to transform into different alien species. He starts out with 10, but over the course of the franchise, he gains more and more, ultimately becoming the superhero Ben 10. With the classic series in particular, it usually follows a monster of the week formula, where they stop in an area in the US where they encounter a bad guy or an alien plot and thwart them by the end of the episode. And over the course of the series, the world expands more and more, like, spoiler alert for this 21-year-old series. 21? Man, I'm getting old. Anyways, we soon discover that Grandpa Max is actually part of an intergalactic police force combating alien threats known as the Plumbers. Think of them like the Men in Black. The series was a big hit and actually was spawned into a franchise with 3 sequel series that focused on an older Ben with him attaining more alien transformations like Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, Omniverse, and is actually later rebooted in 2016. But despite the classic era ending in 2014 and the reboot ending in 2021, Ben 10 has a pretty strong fandom, like popular YouTube channel The Ink Tank, who have their own AU comic with Danny Phantom called 5 Years Later, or 5YL, with many people creating their own AUs of Ben 10 as well, myself included. But the hiatus of Ben 10 would soon end, as in 2024, it was announced that comic publisher Dynamite Comics would helm a new Ben 10 comic series. Now, it was planned to come out in 2025, but it's set to come out this year. Then, on February 19th, we got our first look at the new series, which showcases cover along with different variants, the first few pages of issue 1, and we learn what the series is about. The comic series is about, and I quote, Ben Tennyson and his family are camping when a meteor crashes nearby. When the inquisitive boy investigates, he finds the mysterious Omnitrix along the wreckage. From that moment on, a new superhero is born. This new telling of will allow Casey and team to expand the scale and scope of these pivotal beloved moments. A range of real-world impacts will be explored, with the military getting comprehensively involved in a bon voyage alien threat. The series itself has been compared to Marvel's Ultimate Universe and DC's Absolute Universe, which are modern and darker reimaginings of their heroes, which I read as we're getting a more modern and darker version of Ben 10, which has been confirmed. As not only will it take the best elements across the franchise, but Ben would actually be in high-stakes situations, which will be interesting to read. Plus, apparently it will include elements of cosmic and body horror, with the aliens being designed to be more, how do I put this, more alien compared to the more superhero depiction in the show, which is intentional, by the way. Speaking of the aliens, I want to compare the aliens that Ben is going to use in the comics to the original show, starting with Wild Mutt, who has sensory abilities, Four Arms, who has, well, 4 arms and is incredibly strong, Gray Matter, who is incredibly small but makes up for it in intelligence, Accelerate, who is extremely fast, Upgrade, who can take over and upgrade any piece of technology, Diamond Head, who is made of a diamond-like substance, who can actually transform his arms into weapons and even shoot his diamond-like crystals, Rip Jaws, whose jaw can rip through pretty much anything and is entirely built for underwater, Stinkfly, a giant bug that Ben flies with and can shoot like this type of goo that can like make acid or just get people stuck in. Ghost Freak, a ghost type alien that can turn intangible, invisible, and can even shoot out tentacles that can like grab stuff. Heat Blast, Ben's fire alien. Cannonbolt, who can actually turn into a giant ball that can roll at super speed. And Wildvine, a plant-like alien that can pretty much turn into spikes and Ben can swing lift and slash things with. Just to name a few. As for the comic, all of the new alien designs are being done by Robert Carey, who is the main artist of the book. As we can see, Ben still has 4 arms, Gray Matter, Accelerate, Upgrade, Diamond Head, Heat Blast, Cannonbolt, Wildvine, and Overflow, an alien from the reboot who is basically like a giant robot that has water powers. I also really like these designs. Like I said, they're definitely more alien compared to the more superhero depiction from the show. I am curious about Cannonbolt though, because like I mentioned, he can turn into a ball, but based on this design, I'm not sure how he's able to do that. I also like Accelerate's design, as he looks like a xenomorph with wheels. Overall, I really like these designs. This honestly surprised me because I thought it was just going to be a boring continuation of the show, but I never expected them to actually be an entire reimagining of the Ben 10 mythos. So yeah, I'm looking forward to picking this up. Either way, Dynamite's Ben 10 is going hero on May 6, 2026. And that's the end of the video. Are you looking forward to Dynamite's Ben 10? And what childhood action series should get its own comic series that's a darker reimagining? Like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm Otto Johnny, and end transmission.